Hey everybody, Talking Monster today. We're here with the long-awaited Silentheart rework. That's right, it got reworked and it is pretty much completely different now. But let's actually jump into what actually stayed from the previous rework, right? So if we actually look at the talent list, there is a large amount of talents now, but you notice a couple of things staying, right? So things that stayed were Ankle Cutter, right? Vengeful Pursuit, and the passive wherever you grip someone, it grips faster. That stayed as well. But what got removed was Monikati, which is a big one. The damage, like the damage you have from building up your dread stacks, that got removed. I believe the silence also got removed. And then the 10% mantra resistance you had innately also got removed as well. So that is a lot of stuff that got removed from it. But what got added? Well, there's a lot. So let's actually start off with the basic mechanic of how this kind of oath works, right? So let's actually pull out these two right here, and let me get the stiletto. All right. Now, you can press X or whatever you set the key to. It's actually in the settings here if you want to change it, right? You can press X to basically switch the weapon you have in your inventory, right, around. Now, the thing is, I do think it's randomized, which makes it kind of not good. I wish it did have like a little system, or like Blade Master from Rogue Lineage, if any of you guys know. But that's what it does. So usually I'd say it's best to have two of them, but it randomly switches, right? And the weapon you pull out, right, well, based on which weapon type you have, it will give you unique abilities, right? And there are 3 abilities per each weapon type. Now, what are these unique abilities? Well, let's actually start with them. So we have the aerial one, which is basically one where it does kind of like a little targeting similar to jet kick. And you, in order to activate it, you have to click again while using the aerial, right? So if you click it once, it will just do the regular aerial. But if you click as you're using it, right, as using the aerial, you'll see that the arrow kind of stopped mid-animation. Usually it would do the hunt there, right? And as you can see, I'm clicking and it does the little dash. So that's the first one. That's the aerial type. Next, we have the dash one. So if you dash M1 or roll cancel dash M1 immediately, it would do the roll cancel attack, which I believe is called Mayhem. Bam! So for the medium one, that's a slash. And then finally, we have what replaced Monikati, the Rising Star, right? Which is the control M2, right? And for medium, it's a slash. So let's go ahead and now actually bring up the Marker's Inheritor. So for the heavy aerial, all right, we have like a little TP slash, which is similar to the medium one, except it does one big slash, which does more damage than each one of them individually, right? Then we have like the little kind of, what is it, the Roll M1, which does a little slam down, which knocks them back in ragdolls. Then finally, we have the Control M2, which is kind of like similar to that Shatter Kick Spark, whatever, right? That kind of brings them up, and you can combo based off that. Now we can move on to the Stiletto one, right? Which is the light version of all the attacks. Now for the aerial one, it does a slash similar to the heavy one, but it's a lot slower and does less damage. I don't know why, but anyway, we have the kind of dash one, right? The dash M1 one, which kind of does like the wailing crit, right, kind of forward. And then finally we have the control M2, which is another uppercut, which does 2 little kicks, and those do not have auto parry frames, so if they block the first and try and go for M1 after that, they will get punished. Now keep in mind, all these attacks do have true damage, right? But the thing is, not only that, they can be buffed up by using flow state. Now, flow state, I've seen a lot of people confused. They're like, how does flow state work? Let me keep it simple. All flow state is, this is the only thing that it does. All it does is that you have to use it before, right before you use the aerial attack and the dash M1 attack, right? Besides that, there's nothing else. There's no cooldown on it, right? And it looks like this when you use it. But you have to use it right before you use your aerial or your dash attack. And it will buff set attack, usually by buffing its speed. So for example, let me try the arrow here. As you can see, right, it makes it go by faster. Then we have the dash M1, makes it way faster, right? And the flow state of that one also auto executes. If you flow state someone and they're like at 0% health, or you kind of knock them with it, their head gets decapitated, which is kind of cool, right? Then we have the heavy version of these like kind of more flow state moves, right? Where we have this one right here. That one's supposed to be faster. I guess it was a little bit faster. And then we have the flow state version of this one, which I think slams down slightly faster, but that one also auto executes as well. Then finally we have the Stiletto variant, right? Which kind of does like 2 slashes, right? It does a slash when you go to him and a slash back when you arrive and TP back. So if there's anyone next to you when you TP back, it does an additional slash. It doesn't auto execute. I think it's the worst one personally. Then we have the, what's it called? We have the flow state version of the Mayhem, which I think it makes it go slightly faster. I can't honestly tell the difference between that one. But yeah, that's basically all the flow state variants of all the moves, right? Like I said, some of them are pretty good. I'd say the ones on medium are really good, but like the ones on light, like it's hard to really notice a difference on any of them. Keep in mind that every Silentheart move, by the way, every special move, including the flow states, all do true damage. They all do true damage. They have 100% pen through any armor, doesn't matter. So just keep that in mind. And you can upgrade the damage of those moves by using things like enchants, Ishin's Ring, taunt, etc. Right? So just keep that in mind if you want to buff it for your moves. But besides that, guys, I think that pretty much just covers almost everything. What is it called? With the moves, man. Honestly, all I would recommend is that if you guys are gonna have a build that has multiple weapons, especially like Wormtooth builds, right? Pick something like maybe like Nemesis, right? So you can have like a tag on them, then switch to something like Tears. So because Tears is like it's like a 20-second cooldown, right? If you use all your moves and switch over to medium, you know, or heavy afterwards. Anyway, yeah, so I'd recommend the heavy/medium one. The light weapon, I don't really mess with. I think it's the weakest one. But I don't know, maybe someone will find like a cool tech with it. That's gonna be all for this video, guys. I'll catch you guys later, right? Peace.